Hi, I've just got in from the beach. I have been metal detecting. That story about the foray into my first day out into the wild will be my Sunday vlog. But for now, welcome to a Wednesday evening chat with Louise. And as you can see, I'm a little bit more hyped than normal because I got stopped on the beach by this woman that I vaguely know, and she was like, "Hello, it's nice to see you." And then she was, "You metal detecting?" And I'm a bit worried about going out anyway because I feel a bit like Bambi and I can't get my limbs together at the minute. And she was like, "Ooh, aren't you a bit old for this?" And I said to her, well, even though I've got grey hair, I'm not exactly 90. And then I stopped myself and I thought, do you know what? Even if I was flipping 90, why shouldn't I take up metal detecting? Why shouldn't I do the things I want to do? And then I actually said to her, well, to be honest with you, I only just missed out on going to see the Prodigy at Reading Festival the other week with my son. And she just looked at me and I was like, yeah, I seriously plan to go and see the Prodigy. I absolutely love them. I love Northern Soul. I love country and western. I like classical music. I like everything. And I have listened to that since my teens. And it never bothered me what people thought. In fact, if you tried to work me out by my music taste, you'd be lost after about the first 4 in the playlist on my iPod. In fact, I've still got an iPod. It checks my age, doesn't it? Anyway, I quickly got myself out of that conversation with her. And then I carried on thinking about all the things that we're meant to do at set points in our life. So when we're younger, you know, you get to that teen thing and you're meant to go clubbing and then you're meant to do this. And what happens if you don't like doing that? What happens if you just want to stay at home and do a crossword? What happens if you're 80 and you always wanted to be a ballet dancer? What is it about this constraints that we have? And then it took me back to a poem because I loved poetry at school. I liked art, I liked English language, English literature. They were my things. I struggled in maths and sciences, and it seemed to be a school that was very orientated towards that. So my solace was to hide in the art block whenever I could, or the library. And then what we found a way around the system at a very early age was I did everybody's art homework, sold it for 50p in the girls' cloakroom. They did all the other homeworks, and then with my 50p's I bought my homework. It was quite hilarious when all of my art homework was on the wall at one time in the art block. So at least I was fairly good at that. We were very young entrepreneurs. So anyway, I digress. But looking, I found this because I got it screwed up in a book of poetry, because I still do like poetry. I write it sometimes just for myself. But this is the one, "When I am old, an old woman, I shall wear purple" by Jenny Joseph. I loved it. I loved it then because my grandma, who was amazing, she looked like the Queen Mother, and I'm sure she probably kind of went along those lines. She had a very royal wave going on, but she always wore purple. She always wore hats. She always had matching handbags. And it was amazing because it made me think of her. And it starts with, "When I'm an old woman, I'll wear purple with a red hat that doesn't go and doesn't suit me." Absolutely. Don't wait to be old. If you love something, wear it. "And I shall spend my pension on brandy and summer gloves and satin sandals and say we've no money for butter." Still like me butter, I'm not skimping on that. "I shall sit down on the pavement when I'm tired and gobble up samples in shops and press alarm bells." Well, that tickled me because I remember taking Finn, my son, for swimming lessons when he was little. We were sitting on the side of the pool ready to go in, and there was a button at the side that said, "Do not press." Guess who pressed it? Yep, Finn did. I think he was 5. It was the alarm to empty the pool. So the whole pool got evacuated. Finley now knows not to press buttons that say don't press. Anyway, "and run my stick along the public railings and make up for the sobriety of my youth." Isn't that sad though, that she was making up for that? Isn't that when we're meant to be living, when we're meant to be doing our best? "And I should go out in my slippers in the rain and pick the flowers in other people's gardens and learn to spit." Not too sure about that one. I've got a lot of respect for other people's gardens. But the odd wildflower to bring home, to savour, or just to smell the dog roses in the hedges, that's amazing. You can wear terrible shirts and grow more fat. We should be able to be whatever weight we want to be. We should be able to look like we want to look and wear what we want to wear. And especially as we get older, I think we are able to lose that pressure, if you like, of circumstances a little more. But if we could embrace that from an early age, how much more freeing would we feel, and how much more quality of life would we have? She then puts, and eat 3 pounds of sausages at a go, or only bread and pickle for a week, and hoard pens and pencils and beer mats and things in boxes. But now we must have clothes that keep us dry, and pay our rent and not swear in the street, and set a good example for the children. We must have friends to dinner and read the papers. Yes, some of those things, life is life, and we have to do them. But equally, that going back to, does it fill you with joy? Do you feel excited about your day when you wake up in the morning? But I love how it finishes, but maybe I ought to practice a little now, so people who know me are not too shocked and surprised when suddenly I am old and start to wear purple. And I love it because most of my friends are not shocked by anything I do. They are quite used to me waking up one morning and going, oh, I'm off to do this. I'm going off to Egypt soon. I'm going to go and do this. Oh, let's go see a stone circle. And I'll even think it in the middle of the night and then wake up. It was a bit like my metal detector thing. I wanted to do it for ages, so I'm doing it. So what is it in life that you really want to do, that you love, that makes you feel amazing, that makes you want to get up in the morning? And yes, I understand when we've got children, yes, we should lead a good example. Absolutely. But isn't living our lives to the fullest and having adventures and having fun and not allowing the weight of other people's expectations to hold us down, isn't that part of setting an example too? So thank you for that. I'm a lot calmer now. I've got my little rant out the way. Don't let people judge you. I'm learning. I always call myself a work in progress. I am learning. Why did that one woman rattle me so much? That's my thing to deal with. But I hope when you wake up in the middle of the night with a great idea, it's not a mad idea, it's a great idea, grab it and go do it. You've got nothing to lose. And the thing is, we are ourselves. And I think the one thing we should always allow ourselves, don't follow the crowd. And be proud to be different. And with that, I look forward to being with you again next week. Thanks for being here.